Your 315-pound deadlift with a perfectly neutral spine is not better than someone's 715-pound deadlift with a rounded spine, maybe using straps. In fact, it's 400 pounds worse. Having perfect technique when you're doing something does not make you better than someone who has slightly different technique than you, or, you know, maybe it wasn't the prettiest lift of all time. It doesn't make you better. If someone's truly maxing out, there's going to be some form degradation in their lift. If they're truly working at their maximum limits, there will be some form degradation, and that's okay. Does that mean that you should always be lifting with bad form? No. And most people, when they're, for example, you're maxing out your deadlift and your absolute max is a little bit rounded spine, thoracic spine, not the prettiest, then there's a hitch or something, that's fine. Does that mean all of their warm-ups and all of their lifts always look like that? It does not. Usually the opposite. A lot of people who deadlift and have a grindy ass max, all of their warm-ups look perfect. When they get to those max weight, it's just going to happen. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't make things easier things aren't easier just because you round your spine. Does it give a mechanical advantage to some people? For sure. But there are individual differences that should be accounted for when lifting. Not everyone's squat should look exactly the same. This is why universal cues are dumb. Because for one person, maybe driving your knees really wide is good for their squat. Other people might need their knees narrower, or having a valgus twitch might be advantageous for some people, not others. Basically, I'm just trying to say, quit form policing, especially if you're a beginner. It's mostly beginners who do it. They'll see a video of fucking Eddie Hall deadlifting 500 kilos and be like, oh, he's going to hurt himself because he's rounded a little bit. He's fucking Eddie Hall. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. What do you know, right? It's weird, especially with lifting. There's so much of it. You never see this with other sports, like with football, for example. You don't have people going, oh, coach, I only want to go 80% because I don't want to. If I would go 100% and run like a big pussy, it'll be better because I'll be running perfectly, right? I'll have less chance of getting risk. I'll be running, my technique will be better. I don't want to sprint full out because more risk of injury. My running technique might not be perfect. No one will do that in football. It makes no sense. The same thing with lifting. There are inherent risks to lifting. These are risks that people accept. If you want to be good at something, you have to accept these risks. And so people do. That's why it's okay to have your form break down once in a while. It's really frustrating sometimes. Like, I don't give so much of my channel because I do some. A lot of my friends and stuff get it all the time. And it's always people who are so much weaker than them and have no idea what they're talking about. Got a fucking noise in the back. Every time I try to make a video, some noise pops up. There's so many people who have just like a cookie cutter mentality about lifting. Don't push yourself too hard, you might get hurt. They see someone who does get hurt, oh, it's because you were lifting too heavy. If you lifted it, it's not too heavy. If it moved, there's no such thing as too heavy. Leave a couple reps in the tank, bro. Stuff like that. There's so many people, there's so many that really push mediocrity on people. It's just that's the frustrating thing to see. It's the main thing with like safety and lifting. It's mostly like for deadlifting, especially squatting. It's how good you are at bracing. If you can brace super fucking hard with a rounded spine, you're fine. There's a reason like Eric Bugenhagen didn't hurt himself. Zurcher deadlifting 500 something pounds because he's awesome at bracing. He can lift with these. He's used to lifting in these bad positions, and he's good at it. There's a reason. So this isn't like to say like newbies should be purposely rounding their spine a shit ton. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know what the fuck I'm saying even. Quit form policing. It's annoying. Typically, just some advice too. Typically, whatever position you're strongest in, honestly, is where you're the safest. If you're stronger with a deadlift with your thoracic spine rounded to some extent, you're probably safer there. If you're forcing your body into a weird position and with like a neutral spine, if that feels weird for you, you're probably not any safer in that position. You're honestly putting yourself at more risk probably just because you're weaker and your body doesn't want to move like that. Again, it's not to say like with a squat, if you let your knees cave a shit ton but you feel a little strong, you should be doing that. No. But there are certain biological differences that everyone has. I do not lift the same technique that someone else might, just with different levers, different experience, different strengths, different weaknesses. So just let people be, basically. Don't unless someone asks for it, don't criticize someone's form. If someone says, "Hey, how does it look?" then you can criticize away. But someone just posts their deadlift PR and they're pumped about it. Don't say any shit about the form, right? That's all. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is work hard. Do what works for you, and yeah, some Jeet Kune Do, whatever it is. Bruce Lee, what he said: try everything, take in what works, and discard what doesn't. Basically, the rules for lifting well, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks. See ya.